to be married a year or something. Now it's, I think, 2, right?
Maybe it was a year, but I know that they check, and you definitely have to live together and have joint bank accounts, all this other shit. And I was like, this is too complicated. And
yeah, there's too much that could go wrong.
Answer questions. You have to answer questions about what the other person does in the morning. They're just weird questions.
Really? They really?
Oh yeah.
Check up on you.
Make sure you're really dating.
Huh. What are you laughing at?
Just another picture of the lady from 90 Day Fiancé making a funny face because she's crying again.
What a sap. They found a sap for season 2. They'll go season 3, right?
I hope so. I'll watch it.
You see the show? I only seen the commercials where the people get married without even seeing the other person. I think it's what is it called? Married at First Sight?
Married at First Sight. I've seen that, yeah.
Is that an actual... That's a gag show, right?
I don't know. You know what show's good?
What's the premise on Married at First Sight?
I don't know. I've only seen the commercials for it.
But are they're dating but online or something? They have to be seeing each other, but just not in person?
How do they not send a picture? I don't believe that.
I watched the Sex Box show.
What's the Sex Box?
It's where they have a box and like there's couples that are going through some shit,
right?
And then they speak to a couples therapist on a stage in front of an audience,
right?
And then there's a box on the stage that you cannot see through,
yeah.
And then they go into the box and then they bang. And then
Margaret Cho is part of that show, right?
Maybe.
I think so.
Yeah. What, they bang right in front of everybody in this large box?
In the box, you can't see it though. Like you can't see through the box.
There's no way you're getting a rod on a box on a stage.
In the box.
In the box with a murmur of an audience behind you. Fucking how awful.
It's exciting.
So what's the premise of that?
People fuck in a box on a stage.
And then what happens after they fuck in a box?
Then they talk
Someone
about
cleans it out.
They talk about their relationship again. And to see if like, that worked.
What?
Like I want her to do more of this.
So what? Then the therapist says, all right, it's time to go fuck. And
She's
then,
like, yeah, here's what you can try.
And then everyone is relaxed after they fuck, and then they could try to get to the real problems.
They go like, or they say there's a problem sexually.
Right.
And they go, here's what you can try. Seriously, go try it right now inside that box.
Like what? Like stick a finger in her ass or something?
Sure. And then they go in the box and they stick fingers in.
In their asses?
Yep.
But you don't see anything on the TV, obviously.
No.
Do you hear it?
So you don't even know if it's really going on.
You don't.
Do they mic the box?
For it. No,
until the penis goes in?
Sometimes they'll have, it's not mic the entire time.
I would mic the box until the penis goes in.
And then what?
And then you're like, well, the penis is in, so we got to turn off the audio.
But maybe that wasn't the problem, though. Maybe the problem is she doesn't suck dick.
Yeah.
Maybe the problem was he always wants to go straight to sex, but he doesn't go down on her.
This sounds like an awful show.
Sounds terrible.
Sex box.
It's stupid.
It just sounds like an idea that you'd see parodied on a show.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, we're going to do a show called Sex Box.
And then what? There's a couple that only lasts a couple minutes, and then they come out of the box and everyone starts laughing? Or
there's so many different directions this thing could go in.
Can I see a clip of Sex Box?
Yeah, definitely.
Do you have one that might be good?
Yep.
Here, all right. I've never heard of this show, thank God. It's on WE TV?
Yeah, women's entertainment.
Ew.
I have a sexual addiction.
What is it you hold back from him?
This really is a total shock to me.
I don't want to do something stupid due to temptation.
Are you
That's the
going
sex
to be
box.
happy in this relationship?
This is a sex box first. We're bringing them back.
7 days isn't going to fix our problems.
She's on fire in there right now, I promise you. The sex box is on fire.
Horrendous.
That's
awful. In defense of Margaret Cho, I don't think she's on the show.
Okay.
Because she's a funny comic. I
don't
don't want to link her to this.
The sex box?
Yeah.
This is cheesy.
That looks awful.
The Sex Box girl.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And they're in silk robes waiting to go and have sex. It's like, why are you watching this?
That goofy music.
Yeah.
Why are you watching
They
this?
have nervous breath.
I like awkward TV.
I don't know if it's awkward. That looks
super awkward.
It looks horrendous.
Silly.
That's the point. Yeah, it's like uncomfortable.
I guess.
I watched The Slap.
How is that?
Terrible. It's the worst show on TV.
It seems bad. Why? Because the whole thing was a slap.
There's one slap in the first episode.
What is the slap about? I see you tweeting about this show.
Why tweet the slap?
A lot of people are tweeting the slap. It's a dumb show, though.
It's horrible.
What's the premise on that one?
It's a guy, first episode, a guy slaps another guy's kid, and then they watch the family disintegrate over the course of 8-hour-long episodes.
Wow.
It's terrible. It's the worst show on television.
Will it make you through?
It's already moved. I think it's probably 6 episodes in, so maybe. But it's already moved from. It was 8 o'clock. It was their big Thursday night show. Now they pushed it to 10.
NBC.
Yeah,
they've made some really bad programming decisions.
This one's rough.
So what? You just slap your kid, and then what happens?
No, you don't slap your kid. Zachary Quinto slaps your kid in the first episode, and then they just talk about it forever.
Can I see the slap?
Yeah, sure.
Just on regular NBC.
It's just on NBC.
Not even cable.
It's on prime time.
The slap.
E-Rock, you know about the slap?
Yeah, Sam's completely right. I've been following Sam's commentary on this thing for the last few weeks. The narrator just makes the show even worse.
There's a narrator?
Yeah, I talked about it on my show like 4 weeks in a row.
So what?
There's a narrator on it the whole time.
You did what?
I talked about it on my show 4 weeks in a row.
Yeah, we're pushing your show later in that. Immediately. What are you doing?
Why did he slap the kid?
Because he's an obnoxious kid. He deserved to get slapped.
And the parents of the kid wouldn't discipline him.
Okay.
Did anyone knock out the guy that slapped the kid?
No.
No, but he wanted to. That's the whole point. Well, now we're getting into the discussion of the slap, which I won't have.
Okay.
Why won't we have it?
Because it's stupid. This is what they want. It's a bad show.
Look, I've decided that I'm not going to hit my kid. So, but if someone else hits my kid, I have to now fucking fight.
But what if he deserved
I have to
it?
fight.
Please don't talk about the morality of
and
the
they
slap.
were doing a favor for you.
I'm going to have to fight. I'll
kid
fight
did
anyone.
Deserve it.
Huh?
The kid did.
Of course he did.
What are we doing?
Of course he did.
The kid was swinging a wooden bat at other kids' heads.
Who cares? It's a bad show.
Let me go to Florentine, who has a kid. So, do you slap your kid around?
No, I don't. But if someone did it, yeah, I would hit
have a
the guy
problem with
back,
that.
and then it would be 1 episode. It wouldn't be 8.
Let's talk about it for 8 episodes and how we really have to get to the bottom.
So the
of who's
parents
really
don't do
the bad
anything to
person.
the guy
They
that
get
hit.
very upset, and
But
then they get.
Here's the slap that changed everything. All right, I'm all in now. Let's do this. Should we take a break? Ah, fuck it.
No, why don't we break this flow?
Keep going.
This content is currently unavailable.
They got rid of the slap. You can't watch it online anymore.
Probably 'cause they know that's
Why are
all
you
anyone
laughing
wants
at
to
me? I
say.
talked about it 5 weeks ago when it was on.
But just go Google the fucking slaps.
Yeah, the slap's got to be somewhere
Right,
else.
shithead.
Why won't they have the slap video on their website anymore?
Because it's 5 weeks old and nobody's watching the show.
Yeah, but we're giving the show some heat right now.
No, we're not.
A lot of heat.
I was slapped by a woman. My mother, I remember, went over to her house and screamed at her. I forget what it was about. I just remember my mother standing there on the stoop yelling.
Good for your mom.
Yeah, I never saw her that angry.
That's up to.
Should have punched the little faggot.
That's up
Mom.
to. Look, man. I mean, that's up to the parents. I mean, if you feel like discipline is something that works for you, fine. I don't. I'm not telling people they shouldn't hit their kids if it works for you. I'm just saying I can't do it.
I got slapped.
No one else should be
I got
slapping
slapped
your
a bunch of
fucking
times
kids,
in
though.
school, in Catholic school, and my
cocks.
parents knew about it. Like, hey, you deserved it.
Really?
Good. Yeah.
You guys are giving into the slap.
Come on, I'm talking. Let's start this conversation. It's important, Sam.
Who's the gay guy?
You're creating.
Sam Roberts.
There's a gay guy on there. Who's that?
It's an advertisement. I don't know.
Oh, I thought that was part of the slap.
Oh, there's a tree split down the middle.
You're creating the social dialogue that the slap was hoping you would.
Well, you can't have a stranger slap your kid.
Yeah, I know. That's what they based the whole show
So
on.
that's the end of the discussion.
How far into the first episode does the slap happen?
The whole way in.
It's all the way in.
It's the grand finale.
Is this the slap right here?
Yes.
All right. This looks awful.
Is this a reality show?
No.
Oh.
Wait,
this isn't even a reality show?
No, it's a scripted drama.
Oh, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Let's go to break.
Are both families there when he slaps him?
Yeah.
I got to see the slap. I want to hear it.
Holy fuck! I thought it was a realty show at least.
Why would they?
This is the
You thought they
dumbest
hired
idea
a family
ever.
to slap a kid?
I guess.
And the credits roll? It sounds terrible.
Why are you laughing at that, Sam? I will fucking choke you out.
Why would they hire a family? You can't hire a family to slap a kid.
I'll Rey Mysterio you son of a bitch.
Oh, no.
And then we can
I'll
wrestle
tell you
around the
why.
body for an extra 40 minutes.
Yeah, we're going to get into
handled.
that story after the break.
Thought he was working.
My point is, Sam, there's a lot of Hollywood families out there that would absolutely allow their kid to get slapped by somebody else for a reality show.
Oh.
Yes. Is this the slap?
Yeah, it's running down.
Yeah.
Both families are there.
Go! Hugo! Hey, look on the back. Huh? Listen, when adults talk to you, you listen to what they're saying, yeah? Why are you swinging the bat at Rocco like that?
The kid kicked him.
Whoa! So what does the father do?
gets upset.
That's
Yeah,
it?
You should go and hit the kid.
No, that's not it.
That's it.
Then there's 7 more episodes of this.
But wait, the father's walking over with a beer like he's about to do something?
No, that's not the father. The father's the man holding the kid.
So
Oh, it looks like Greg Giraldo.
why isn't the father punching this guy?
He's got his kid in his hands.
He's holding the crying Hugo with the sloppy hair. I like him. Spank him.
What's the matter with you, you animal?
What happened? Where's Hugo crying?
He hit him. He hit our son.
Oh my God, the acting's horrible.
No, it's not. He's shocked.
That's what I tried to tell you.
Hey, come on. Okay.
What have you done? What have you done
He doesn't
to
even-
my child?
Your son was out of control. You didn't see him
That's right. It's a good point. What do you do?
is
What's the answer?
embarrassing.
Why? The kid was out of control. He kicked the man. I don't know, man. It's just fodder for discussion.
Exactly.
Unless the guy that slapped the kid is some kind of MMA fighter, you're getting right in there and scrapping, aren't you?
Chip Chipperson should have got slapped at that fucking Yankee game.
Nobody would have objected like this.
Yeah.
I got slapped as a boy by the neighbors.
So are they still in the
Person.
backyard 7 episodes later?
No, they've gone through courtrooms and apartments,
Oh,
and
fuck.
police stations.
Crying out loud.
I was yelling peckers and they slapped me.
What?
Whole story.
I thought it was a reality show. It's scripted?
Yes, it's
What's the point?
Well, it's good discussion. Do you slap? I don't know. I mean, now we've
You
got to
can't
talk
have a
about it for while.
stranger slap your kid.
I don't
you
know.
just can't.
The boy was swinging a stick.
You cannot have a stranger slap your kid because the kid kicks you in the shin.
Let's get into it.
Yeah, and the woman's screaming like the kid's missing an arm. Jesus.
But Sam, you've been watching this series.
I know, it's so bad. It's so bad.
Sam likes bad TV, though.
I love bad TV.
He's made that point over the years.
Yeah.
I kind of like bad TV as well, but this one is definitely something I would never check out.
My wife gets really mad. I'm
Yeah.
like, sorry, babe, I gotta watch the slap. It's for work.
Does she watch it with you?
Well, no, she'll go into the bedroom. I mean, we only got the 2 TV, but we got the bedroom TV, so she'll go into fine, I'm going into the bedroom. But I'm like, well, I got to see what's going on Slap this week.
How many weeks left in this dumb thing?
2.
2, yeah.
2. And where are they at?
That
I'm
kid
just
got slapped
amazed-
7 weeks ago.
And all right, so seven episodes later, what are they doing?
Nothing.
What are they doing in the show?
They all got their own little melodrama, and they're like, oh, who's really a bad person? Because he's kind of cheating on his wife, but he loves his wife. It's so it's terrible.
Oh, but it really sparks a discussion.
That's the point. I don't want to spark the discussion that they're so blatantly trying to spark. There's no thought put into anything. There's no sort of nuance. There's nothing. It's just like putting it out in front of you and saying, okay, talk about this now.
Are they over the slap, though?
No.
And why didn't this guy put down his fucking beer?
He was enjoying a beverage. It's a barbecue.
Yeah, but there's a big situation that just happened in the backyard. That guy will not put his beer down.
No, because he's having a drink.
Oh, my God. I really thought it was a reality show.
It's not a reality show.
That makes it 10 times worse. So it's
way
not.
worse.
Yeah. I mean, if it was a reality show, of course, I would be supporting it because I'd be like, they found a family to let them slap each other's kids. That'd be awesome.
You'd find a lot of families that would allow their kid to be slapped for reality fame.
So you should be a reality show producer and get that done.
I could easily get that done.
So get it done. You make a lot of money. I'll watch that show. A lot of people
get
would.
it done.
Watch this kid get slapped. I would watch that.
My parents had never had a problem with it. I would get slapped once a week.
By your parents or by Zachary
in
Quinto?
school.
Oh.
I went over, the women's room was right next to the men's there, and I took the drop ceilings out, and I was peeking at girls peeing. You just saw my feet dangling from the ceiling because I took the ceiling tiles out, and I was watching girls, right, just like 7th grade or 6th grade. And like 3 of my buddies were going to go next. I'm like, holy shit, I could see Mary peeing. Oh my God, she's not at all. You guys got to see this. And I'm not, they're like, really? All of a sudden, I hear silence. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, how come not answering me? I'm like, who's next? Who's next? And then I look down, and my history teacher just standing there with his arms folded, staring at me. He brings me in the classroom in front of everybody and says, tell everybody what you did. And I had to tell everybody. He just smacked me in the face like twice, kneed me in the ass, and pulled me by my hair down to the principal's office.
He kicked the shit out of you.
Yeah, right in front of the whole class.
He was pissed because that was his thing. You blew up his spot.
Yeah, you ruined it.
You probably blew up his spot.
But what happens? I got to see the rest of the dialogue. This is
we're not playing anymore.
All right, yeah, let's
You
play
slapped
more
my
dialogue.
son. My son.
The acting is just right on. Wow, amazing. And this is NBC.
Yeah, this is terrific.
In the bed of my kid. Come on. Not in front of the kids.
Not in front of the kids. You don't.
It's okay.
Why is the mother crying?
I don't blame
Because
the
a
kid. I
kid got
blame you.
slapped.
You don't know how to raise a
Before.
kid, you two.
Was it on his face?
Oh,
I'm speaking in Greek because they're Greek.
Of course he's okay. I didn't punch the little bastard. It was an impressive slap.
Yeah.
Why are they yelling not in front of the kids? Didn't that already happen?
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
dramatic
They started
thing already
fucking.
happened, and why don't they go in the box and have some sex?
That's a different show.
Oh.
That's my other show.
Oh, well, put the two shows together, then you got something. I think you get to slap a kid, and then you go in a box and fuck.
That was well done, though.
You guys should listen to the channel on Friday afternoons. It would open up your whole world, all this
No,
stuff.
I can't listen to this channel. I don't listen to this channel.
You step away?
I have to. I have to just to take a breath.
I
I hear
it.
you're doing very well, though, Sam.
Obviously.
I have heard you're doing very well.
I'm fucking on top of the slap, dude.
Not only does the show, the slap suck, but so does the whole station.
Yeah, NBC's been having a hard time for a long time.
What else they got? They got the Big Bang?
No, that's CBS.
Oh, that's too bad, because that would help.
And they just lost Parks and Recreation.
Right.
So that's gone.
Yeah, Parks was gone. It wasn't, Parks never did great in the ratings, but it was a really good show. Today's show is good.
Yeah, well, how about at night?
Tonight Show is really good.
Yeah, they do have that.
They got the Today Show and the Tonight Show.
Right. All right. The slap. So now I know officially what this show's about. I've been trying to avoid this.
You slapped my kid! That's so bad. You slapped my kid, Charlie.
And that was a bad slap, too. That was an impressive slap. I guess if you're going to slap, you should do it the right way.
Well, if you're going to do an 8 hours of TV and call it the slap, and there's only one slap, it better be a good slap.
If they're going to do 8 episodes, he should have picked the kids up by the legs like the end of Caligula, smashed his head on a step. That would have been worth it.
Just swing him against the fence.
Yeah, bash his head, little head.
I would have liked that.
Little Hugo head, his curly, his like long rock star hair.
Yeah, let me tell you how twisted NBC is. They picked the cutest kid possible, too.
Yeah, but he's
knowing that if the kid was just an average kid, you wouldn't be as bothered by it.
Well, they
that
had to.
absolutely was worked out in a room somewhere. We got to get the cutest kid possible if we're going to slap him.
They made him obnoxious throughout the whole episode.
The kid?
So that way we could spark conversation, and you'd have people saying,
and
well,
then-
he deserved to be.
And then definitely justified a slap. He kicks him in the shin, so then throw that in there, so then you could definitely slap him.
But there's no discussion.
We've been having the discussion.
You don't know how to raise a kid.
Can we hear that again?
I want to see that what happened.
I'm not
The
playing anymore.
overwhelming majority would not say that was okay for that guy to hit that kid.
That's why Zachary Quinto is the villain. But it's like, whoa, well, certain context, maybe we should look at it from this perspective.
Should have spanked him.
It's a terribly done show.
You got to put him over your knee in front of everyone and spank his bottom.
You're looking for a different type of gratification.
Yeah, the spank.
Should we?
Tuesdays on NBC.
The spank.
Yeah. Look what your boy did. He spilled a little paint. Bring him in here and spank him for a couple hours and film it. And kiss it and make it better.
He's spanking my son.
Yeah, I'm watching the videotape of him spanking my son. Yeah, now he's pinning him like a wrestler. Yeah.
That's my boy.
Yeah, he's our boy. Punish him for being bad.
Let's take a break then.
Definitely turning that into a production piece.
We got Jim Florentine here. Jim, what are you promoting there, buddy?
This weekend, Funny Bone, Syracuse, and then Wednesday night, this Wednesday, Parks Casino in Bensalem, PA.
Beautiful. Jimmy's got a few things going on.
Denver this week. Oh, no, April 2nd, 3rd, 4th. My first trip to Denver in years. Big buzz in Colorado about my return. No. No, I don't know. Tickets might be doing well. I haven't last
I'm
checked.
sure you're doing well in Denver. Come
April
on.
30th through May 2 in Rochester, and then the Borgata July 10, 11th. I have a couple of theaters going on sale too, but that's irrelevant because they're not on sale now.
Nice.
And I'm doing Michigan, Detroit, September 26th, and I'm doing Minnesota before that, I think. Good plug.
JimNorton.com.
Yeah.
More with Opie and Jim. After this. In case case you missed it. Recently, this happened on Opie and Jimmy.
Did you chat with De Niro?
Yeah, I did. I took to. Well, you know, the last time I took to Bob, it was all water to the bridge, you guys. It was outside the cellar.
Yeah.
Bob and the wife. So it was like, 10 years after my disastrous birthday party that I ruined for De Niro. I was just talking about this with somebody the other day. And then, me, Norton, and we got into this nice talk, and I'm like, yeah, and then we're laughing. And then stupid Norton has to go, hey, remember your birthday party? And Norton, am I exaggerating? Both of their faces turned like hateful, like their eyes got hardened. And they just kind of like tried to change the subject. It was still like a horrible bone of contention in their life. And Norton had to make them revisit that awful day.
That's beautiful.
What happened?
Good moment.
Yeah, what happened at the birthday party for the people that don't know?
Well, who the hell doesn't know? Hey, I'm not telling you this story because last time I was on, I told my Crocodile Dundee story, and everybody turned on me like, yeah, we owned my Ellen story, remember? And fans were calling in going, hey, that story stinks, we're telling it.
This is this is my favorite story anyone's ever told.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, my Ellen story is my favorite story.
Okay.
Hello, friends.
Yeah. I like the Ellen story.
I don't know that either.
Colin performed at one of De Niro's birthday parties.
I performed at De Niro's birthday party, and his wife set it up, and it was just this whole thing where I was like, she told me what to do. Just go up and just do like a quick De Niro impression. I go, no. This is like my moment with De Niro and Scorsese in my head. So I wrote like a 20-minute bit. Never rehearsed it. Just all the mistakes. Only an idiot that never did comedy would do it. I've been doing comedy for like 20 years. And I went there, and then she goes, I'll bring you up. I go, no intro. I come up. It'll be funny if it's a surprise. Mistake number 2. I go up there, and I just start insulting De Niro and, trying to make it a roast. And I'm trying to attack Chris Walken and Harvey Keitel. And Scorsese's not even there. And it's like all these people at this restaurant. I'm just like swinging and missing left and right.
Oh, no.
Kind of turning like on me. And I started to get like a little flop sweat, And then I have like a 3-part, but I'm determined like, I could have easily bailed like 5 times, and they would have been so happy, like ruining the dinner. And I just had these 3 parts, and like I had it all set up. I had a desk, like one of the restaurants. It was at a restaurant. I had a desk with like 3 little notes set up, so it was just everything about it was the most horrible, awkward. And I just kept bombing in every new section, and people like literally groaning, like some ladies like, oh.
Wait, what was the first? Do you remember the first thing you said that indicated this was going to be a disaster?
Yeah, my opening joke. I go, hey, everybody, I'm not really close with Robert De Niro, but I figured I'd get up and say, which is another mistake. They're all close. I go, hey, De Niro is your method actor. He prepares for his parts different ways, He gained weight for Raging Bull. He gained weight for Untouchables. Hey, maybe he's just a fat bastard. and they go, hey, how'd you prepare for Raging Bull? We go, you look in the mirror and apologize to the audience for a half hour.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love it.
After the crowd was like, wow, who's this asshole?
Out of nowhere.
That's a fucking birthday boy.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, if his wife would have brought Colin on, it would have been a totally different tone because they would have been like, "Oh, she set this up, and it's for a fun treat."
Right. But even then, it wouldn't have been a fun treat. In all honesty, those things I had written, it was not going to be a fun treat. It would have been an awkward night. But
what did you do after? Did you leave?
I walk outside. I had a gig afterwards, so I walk outside. It's kind of drizzling rain, and Robin Williams comes running out, laughing and empathizing with me, but like laughing, and he goes, "Oh my God!" And I'm standing there with my shirt. I had this nice new cashmere shirt. I had to go to a gig, and I'm like, "But?" And he goes, "My wife said run up there and help him." And I was like, "Oh, can you imagine it? That would have only made it worse if I had to be saved in the middle of it." Robin would have been like, "Yay!" and just like solo would have faded back and back.
Oh,
and then I'm sitting there gesturing to him, and my shirt, my beautiful cashmere shirt that I had to wear to a gig. I was on my way to another gig. It was a Sunday night, and I fling, and it fell off into the gutter, into the rain, and a cab came by and splashed me and my shirt. Robin Williams was literally on the ground crying, and I just walked away. Really amazing.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Listen to Opie and Jimmy every morning here on Opie Radio. This is Opie Radio. The show is back.
You got that dream, look in your eye, and I got that.
Why are we playing this?
What are you talking about? Why? It's a shit.
You like this song, Sam?
Yeah, it's a pretty dope song.
What is it?
Taylor Swift.
Well, I know it's Taylor Swift, but I'm trying to figure out why we would play this.
I'm guessing because she bought TaylorSwift.porn,
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
which was a smart move.
She bought it so no creeps out there could buy it.
And .adult.
Right.
And so she could start a side business.
But we had to play a Taylor Swift song. Couldn't we just say that after we played some
Well,
rock?
you may not have gotten to it, so.
Oh, I see.
E-Rock was kind of nudging.
Yeah, he's helping us along, right?
E-Rock will nudge once in a while. E-Rock's a gentle nudger.
It's called getting topical with the sex bagel.
Yeah.
Getting topical with the sex
It's nice to play
bagel.
current music once in a while.
What else is on your radar topically there, E-Rock?
Well, you wanted to talk about the wrestler dying, which was
Well, we'll get to that. That's a big hit. Yeah, we'll get to that on our own. That's easy. Something we weren't going to hit on is what I was getting at.
Let's see.
We could talk about Roland's shirt. He's all in with
Oh,
March
yes.
Madness, and he obviously wants high fives on the subway today. He's wearing a Wisconsin T-shirt, I believe. Yeah, it is Wisconsin.
The Badgers.
The Badgers?
That's, yeah, because there's other Wisconsin teams. The Badgers were all on.
There's Wisconsin,
Like
Wisconsin
Iowa
State.
State, so-
Right. So you're a big fan of the Badgers?
Massive fan of the Badgers.
When did you become a fan of the Badgers?
Last week when I picked my team.
When you picked your brackets?
Mm-hmm.
You just pick a new team every year?
I do. I have tons of T-shirts.
Name 3 players on the team, please.
John Starlight, Eric Durnan, and Darren Williams.
I wouldn't know if he was right.
Yeah.
Would you
I don't even know either.
You made that up?
Hell yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, there's 2 white guy names. You know you're going to be lying.
I just think it's I don't know. I like the little Badger guy.
Oh God, they have a very white team actually. They played Oregon last night, right?
Yeah, they won.
Because I was pulling for Oregon out of nowhere. I started liking this Oregon team.
Yeah, my apps are going crazy when Kansas was losing. It said tune in now. And you click it and it takes you to the game.
Yeah, I kind of like watching the games this year. Oregon didn't have a shot, but
Ducks,
Joseph Young
for
had
sure.
30 points. He's an amazing guard. An amazing guard. That's why I got hooked on him out of nowhere. So, are you watching it all? No.
No, I only know about it because everyone talks about it, but I know Colin is apparently on his brackets. He so far has not made a mistake.
Colin Quinn is
On his
undefeated.
way, yeah.
The world needs to know. He is undefeated. He hasn't lost one game yet.
That's pretty incredible.
I think it's very
There's a lot
incredible.
of underdogs that have won. That's
Right, he knows how to pick. You got to pick a few, underdog wins.
wow.
That's the key to having a good bracket. Mm-hmm. Good brackets.
I thought the Ducks were going to win because of Goldberg, but they were not able to win.
Why are you wearing a Wisconsin T-shirt? What are you doing?
Because I'm rooting for the Badgers.
And then you got an LA Dodgers cap on.
Yes, I'm rooting for Mr. Kershaw, the pitcher,
Why?
because he's one of the greatest pitchers.
Did he hook you up with tickets for something?
I do not comment. He got some stuff. I got some Dodger stuff for free. Yes.
He's a strange one.
Roland, I'm getting reports that you had Ohio State merchandise on your desk last week.
That was for the football. For college football.
What other Dodger stuff did you get?
Like autograph, like a bat and a ball. So I was very happy with the Dodgers.
This is arguably the worst segment we've ever done.
I don't think so.
Well, the point is that this Roland,
Well, he looks like Benny the Jet Rodriguez in his LA Dodgers hat.
right, and he has a Wisconsin shirt on, but he doesn't even know the team or anything.
No, that's free.
Do you actually get high fives?
I did for Ohio because there's a group of people from Ohio. The guy goes, OH. I went, IO. The guy goes, yeah. He said, what county are you from? I go, I don't know.
Oh, all right.
That was sad.
How was your weekend? Good?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to see James Corden tonight. I'm excited.
Oh, the new show starts.
Yeah.
Who?
The new Ferguson.
He's replacing Craig Ferguson on the Late Late.
Oh, the new Ferguson. I thought it was about
Corden.
St. Louis. Oh,
I was reading an article that between Craig Ferguson and
comedy based on it.
I was reading an article between Craig Ferguson and what's his name again?
James Corden.
Yeah, he's from England, right?
Yeah.
That they were just having guest hosts just fucking around, and people are saying it was some of the best TV ever because no one gave a shit. They didn't have to worry about ratings or nothing.
Yeah, and they could do whatever they want.
And they would have guys like Jim Gaffigan on. Who else did it? Judd Apatow,
Whitney
I believe.
Cummings did it.
Thomas Lennon did a great job with it too.
And they
John Mayer did it. Yeah.
they were picked to be the host, and they could do whatever they want because
And
they
bring
didn't
their
care
friends
because
in,
they've been waiting for the big debut of the show tonight.
Yeah, tonight, but they bring in all the guests at once, like they do in London. So people were thrown off by that for test shows.
Yeah, that was how they did it. Graham Norton does it like that, I think. I think he's got the greatest show.
And they're going to do it for the first time for the U.S. So.
There's a lot of buzz on this guy. You think he's going to do all right?
Yeah, Tom Hanks is his first show, so it's going to be easy for him.
I don't give a fuck about celebrity interviews on those things anymore.
Oh, I'd love to hear what Tom has to say. Tell us about that vacation.
Ooh, what
Where'd
happened?
you go? Well, here in Hawaii, and this is really weird. Planes lit.
And anyone could do well in late night. You could be there for the rest of your life.
Right.
You'll just get a decent rate. Carson Daly's been on for what, 15 years?
Long time now.
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't do the interviews sometimes anymore, just the producer.
Yeah, Craig Kilborn, there's no reason he should have left that show. He'd still be there.
Right.
The Daily Show?
No, when
What show?
he was hosting a Late Show.
He left the Daily Show to do the late.
And then he left that?
Yeah, he
What's he
left that.
doing now?
He left to do movies, and that didn't pan
And that
out.
failed miserably.
Everybody hated him to work for him.
He was in old school.
And Wedding
What else was he
Crashers,
in?
I
Wow, he really made a couple of bad moves, I think.
Yeah, but not everybody can do late night. Chevy Chase and Magic Johnson would
He would
probably
have still
disagree.
been there. Craig Kilborn was there. He was there for like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah. And then he thought he was a movie star. Oh, fuck him.
Well, you know what it was? What's his name? Did movies.
He let me on a show. I was pissed. He left.
Who was the guy that did movies?
Greg Kinnear?
Kinnear. Yeah, he's doing great.
Oh, yeah. Kinnear figured it out. He had a nice run.
Some of the fill-in shows were weird to watch.
That's what they're saying. That's why it was so cool, because it was unpredictable.
Yeah, it was great, but all the New York shows,
right?
They taped them in the morning show studio, so they didn't do them with an audience.
Oh, really?
So it was very strange.
Wait,
to see
why
it.
no audience?
Because they did it in the morning show studio. There's no audience spot in there.
Couldn't they get a place to a fucking crowd?
It was like two
They didn't
director's
do it.
chairs and a bad background, and that was it.
Why wouldn't they just have Craig Ferguson go longer and figure it out? So
he wanted out.
So it was he just said fuck this, I'm out
As soon
immediately.
as his deal was done, he honored his deal, but he was not going to renew.
And what's his problem? Like Florentine's saying, it's a great easy gig. Why
I think
would you
they
want to leave
forced
that
him out, right? Because Letterman was producing his show. Or executive
Letterman
producing
owns his show, his Worldwide Pants, and he had something in his agreement that he was to be considered as a replacement for Letterman,
right?
And he wasn't. So
that pissed him off.
He opted out, and he said, "My deal is done in December, and I'll be done, and I'm not doing the show anymore."
And then what are you going to do now, though?
Yeah, what is he going to do?
He's playing theaters around the world.
Yeah.
And he's hosting a game show or something, I think, too.
Yeah, but he had his own late night show.
Maybe that gets grueling after a while. Who knows? That's a rough 5 TV hours a week.
He was
is
also
rough.
doing the Leno schedule. Like, he would tape his TV shows and then fly off and do gigs every week.
How long did he do that gig for?
Almost, maybe 10 years.
Yeah, maybe he was just done.
He did blow the money at the last week. He spent all his budget, like on Metallica,
He didn't want to leave.
to get whatever he wanted.
Maybe that slot he could have kept.
He's probably was pissed off that they didn't consider him and felt like he had to make a move. I bet you he kind of wanted to at least be on TV like that.
Also, CBS wants this new thing where they own the shows again. Because when they signed Letterman got ownership of 11:30 and 12:30. So 20 years go by, CBS wants to own those time slots again.
They get someone out and get a fucking young guy in who will let us own the show. That makes sense.
Yeah. All right. Good luck to the new guy. We're gonna get him on the show.
He's in LA. He's not doing press in New York for a while.
He'll be here
Yeah,
eventually.
he'll probably be like 6 months or so.
I'll check it out. I guess.
When you see Roland wearing a guy's shirt, you know he's booked.
Exactly. Then you know he's got some kind of buzz.
I like that. It's not easy to do that though. All the guests at the same time. Graham Norton does a great job with it, but you have to have guys like fucking Ricky Gervais be quiet while you ask someone else or another major star, and a lot of them are just okay.
Right.
He did one with Sarah Silverman and Mark Wahlberg that was a little awkward. Like Mark was drunk and he kept talking. Or he seemed drunk. Maybe he wasn't, but he seemed it, and he just kept yapping over her.
Andy Cohen does it.
Who's Andy Cohen?
Watch what's happening live.
That show
Watch
is
what happens
horrendous.
live.
You watch that show too?
Yeah,
it's on in my house. I'm not gonna lie to you.
very buzzy show.
It's horrendous.
It's buzzy.
These housewives have nothing to say.
Well, he doesn't just have housewives on.
True.
You watch that
celebs
alone,
on.
or you watch that with your wife?
I will watch it with my wife. I'm not watching it for her, though.
But does she go in the other room and that's on because you want to watch it?
That one she'll be okay with.
Okay.
Because it's buzzy.
I saw that.
I'm saying buzzy. Fucking annoying.
I see Andy Cohen's got a channel here at Sirius XM.
It's
That's
coming,
right.
Yeah.
And I saw your tweet that you were trying to get him to hire you to do
What are you
afternoons.
talking about? I'm just curious.
That was a Jenny Hunt move. Let's be honest. That was a Jenny Hunt move. Be honest.
I was maybe being slightly facetious, but I did tweet him and ask him, "Hey, at Andy, congrats on the new channel. Who do you have doing afternoons?"
I felt like I was reading a Jenny Hunt tweet.
Yeah, that was.
Can we go to her Twitter? It's been a while.
I did just I just read her last tweet. It's kind of what you were talking about.
Which one? About the lady that might have a baby soon? I can't get enough of Jenny Hunt's Twitter, to be honest with you. My friend Rude Jude is on Howard Stern. Listen, this guy has had some crazy life. Who's that guy?
He used to be. He's a DJ on Eminem's channel.
Okay.
He just got an HBO series.
I don't know who he is. I'm sorry.
HBO is making a series about his life.
Really?
Yeah, Mark Wahlberg's the producer of it.
Okay. Main reason Ferguson left is that he was tired of missing events. He wanted to attend like a reunion of Monty Python.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Ferguson did not leave his late night show so he could go to a Monty Python reunion.
Yeah, he could have taken the night off. He's got vacation
I
days.
think they would allow him to take a day.
They have one in Tribeca, the Monty Python reunion.
What?
When?
April. That's gonna be a good one.
Yeah.
Get details.
Of course it's going to be good. Ferguson quit his late night show so he could go to the one show.
Hey, Jenny Hunt wants the world to know that it's not #closet eating unless you're in a closet. So
I don't even know what that means.
it's a good tweet. It's a good tweet. She's wishing Rosie a happy birthday, Rosie. Eat gluten and grain-free coconut sugar paleo cake and enjoy every bite. Love and kisses. #love.
Maybe they're friends. Rosie's on the paleo diet.
You don't think that's a good tweet? Cavemen, enough with that fucking paleo diet. Cavemen, would they die when they were 30?
Yeah, they didn't.
They
have
didn't live long lives.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe they were supposed to die at 18 or 19, but they figured out a good diet to get them into their 30s.
Maybe, yeah.
Who knows?
But they're not known for being healthy. Those hairy assholes.
I was listening to a Joe Rogan podcast over the weekend. You know the guys in the Civil War, the average soldier weighed 125 pounds? That's how much we've grown as human beings since the Civil War.
There's so much better food.
Yeah, they probably didn't eat very healthy schedules then.
But I think the point was, in general, the man of the times weighed, on average, 125 pounds. That's not that long ago. That is crazy to think.
We have
Well, most of the time they're doing physical labor. They're probably working 10, 12 hours a day.
Yeah.
Burning
They're not
calories.
sitting on their asses behind a computer screen.
Watching TV 6 hours a day. Yeah, you know what?
Yeah.
You make a good point.
No TV, no cars, walking.
It was probably
food's so
tough
different, too.
It was
Huh?
The
Yeah, it
food's
was
so different now.
Yeah.
Like you couldn't get free refills at Chili's.
No. You walk into a
Civil
restaurant
War.
back then, just order some grass. Have some grass, a little dirt mass on the plate. Fucking put some tomatoes in my hat and I'll go home.
Unbelievable.
Endless apps, you know what I mean?
Are you trying to get under my skin, Sam?
Yeah, it's hang in there.
Just watching you twitch.
Don't let them do it to you. Bad news. The Starbucks thing is over already.
Oh no.
Yep.
The Race Together.
We still got so much conversation to have.
The Race Together campaign is over after 6 days. It's a massive fucking bust.
Yeah.
A massive bust. What was the deal? The CEO, what's his name again? Howard Schultz, right. Howard Schultz wanted his baristas to talk about race with customers. This is the dumbest idea ever. And now the world is admitting it.
Yeah.
My cup right here, Race Together.
Wait,
They're
they
still
actually
doing
wrote it on.
The sticker.
There it is. Wow, I haven't even seen that. It's not on my oatmeal today. I just got oatmeal. You got a coffee that says Race Together on it. That's a collector's item now. This guy was obviously completely out of touch and probably hasn't been in his own fucking stores in a long time. Right? How else would... He just seems like he was completely out of touch on this one.
He probably hasn't had a realistic race discussion in many, many years.
Right.
So
I mean, his stores, you know, the business is doing very well. There's no time for anyone to talk about anything.
No.
You just...
I know, there's a line of 17 people behind you. I don't need a guy having a conversation about race in front of me.
At any time of the day, there's a line now because they have to make those dumb sandwiches. That's what fucked up everything.
So why do you people do that? What? That? All right, let's have a discussion. How's that going to go wrong?
John Oliver had a quick little thing on this.
And if a customer asks you what this is, try and engage in a discussion that we have problems in this country with regard to race and racial inequality.
I think it's pretty clear no one has said no to this guy in 25 years. A conversation about race is clearly important, but there's a time and a place, and it is not the length of time it takes to whip up a tiramisu frappuccino. Think about it. Best case scenario, you get a heartfelt conversation about race going, only to have it justifiably interrupted by someone screaming, "Can we solve racism later? I'm late for work."
Exactly. That's why John Oliver is the man.
He's
Are you
great,
watching
man.
this show?
His show is great.
It is amazing. I'm frustrated it's only a half hour. He could easily do an hour because it's only on once a week.
Yeah, it's really good.
And really quick every week. But, yeah, there you go. Exactly. No one has time for a discussion in Starbucks. What is the guy saying about it? How's he backing out of this?
Well, what was the final reason?
Yeah, exactly.
He's not even saying it's over. He says
this phase of the effort,
right?
Writing Race Together or placing stickers on cups, which was always just the catalyst of a much broader and longer-term conversation, will be completed as originally planned today, March 22nd. So now he's saying that this was supposed to be a quick thing.
Maybe it was just a week-long thing. I don't know.
I don't know about that. I think
sounds to me like such a good idea.
I'm thinking he's trying to save his ass a little bit. But then he's saying that the initiative is going to continue. I think they're going to hire like 10,000 disadvantaged youths, right?
Over the next 3 years and open new stores in communities with large minority populations.
We're going to finally open in black neighborhoods. Well, they have black neighborhood stores, but that's what he's saying.
Yeah, so he's saying, we're not racist. We'll take your money.
Yeah. They should be open in black, but people like coffee. You know,
it's very big of you.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not like a big stretch to open a fucking coffee shop in a black neighborhood. It's a Starbucks. They're open everywhere.
I take a shortcut through Harlem when I'm going.
Never.
When I'm going to Long Island, I see the Starbucks up there.
Well, there you go.
So they're already up in black neighborhoods. What is he talking about?
Big ups to Starbucks.
Is he talking about blacker neighborhoods?
Yeah,
the blackest.
The blackest of the black neighborhoods.
Yep.
They're going into now.
Chirac.
Are they going to have the glass up in the Starbucks?
I would think so. I mean, you do have to worry about people's safety.
If you go to the blackest of the black, then you got to go with the bulletproof glass.
Maybe not at first, but until they need it. I mean, they got bulletproof glass in all the fast food places.
Do they?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. You never been to a KFC with a bulletproof thing?
No. Why would I?
Well, the chicken is
the best
terrific.
KFCs are. Yeah, dude.
I mean, if, chicken. You'll do anything for their fucking chicken.
They have bulletproof glass between you and the registers?
Yeah.
Yeah,
or just at the drive-through window.
No, I've been to one.
You really don't know this, Jimmy?
No.
Yeah, they have a lot of bulletproof glass.
They have them definitely inside. Oh, there's a whole bunch of them where the drive-through is bulletproof and it's just like a sliding thing. But there's a bunch where inside,
yep,
like it's from the counter, the top of the counter to the ceiling is glass, and they slide stuff through it.
And they have to mush your food under that like a quarter-inch space. They have a fucking mop and they mush your food between the glass and counter. Eat this, you fucking gun-toting piece of shit.
There are design flaws in this concept.
Yeah, exactly. You didn't put a hole for the customers. Or they have the big glass, but there's like a 5-foot hole so you can hand the food through. And like they're just going to put the gun through it and shoot.
Oh no.
So that's what's going on with Howard Schultz and Starbucks.
He's just like his intentions are probably good.
But he's out of touch.
It's just he's going to come from the guilty white guy place, and it's just like, oh, shut up, Howard.
He's never waited online for a cup of coffee. I blow off Starbucks all the time. I'm not waiting online for their mediocre coffee. I'm a coffee drinker. I don't put all the syrups and sugars and whipped cream on it.
Well, the only thing I like integrated is my coffee.
Oh, what? I understand what he's saying.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. There you go. Yeah, just the Google image bulletproof glass at fast food joints, and a lot come up.
Yeah, dude.
I absolutely have been to one of these places. I don't remember where anymore, but they're a little scary. You want to get the fuck out of there as soon as possible.
They're so good, though.
What, the chicken?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
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 All right. So, good luck to you, Starbucks.
Yes, I don't mind a coffee conversation because the only thing I like integrated is my coffee.
All right, we have another wrestler dying in the ring.
This is a weird one.
What is it, a Mexican wrestling league?
Yeah, it's. I think it was AAA down in Mexico. It's like a very, very big.
So Rey Mysterio is out of the WWE?
Yeah.
How long has he been out of there?
He's been trying to get out for a while.
Why would he try to get out? What are people doing when they get a good gig and then they try to get out of it?
Some people know that they can make money elsewhere and don't necessarily want to be under the umbrella.
Are you basically saying they don't want to deal with Vince McMahon's shit anymore?
That's not what I said.
Vince does the whole thing with like a retainer, so he pays you a lump sum for the year, and you got to wrestle like 350 nights a year or something like that. So you don't get paid by match.
Right. He kills his guys.
Wow.
He works them way too hard, man. We've heard it over and over again in here.
It's a tough schedule, but they make a good living, and
I know you want to. I know you want to work for the WWE if Andy from Bravo doesn't come through for you.
We'll see if Andy responds to the tweet. Nothing yet.
Nothing.
Nothing yet.
Is he at least following you?
No, he's not. He doesn't know who I am.
What is he going to do with the channel here?
I'll tell you what he's not going to do in the afternoons.
Same thing EW didn't.
Seriously, obviously not our audience, but what is he going to do with the channel here?
I think it's going to be a pop culture
gossipy, like
probably women and gay influence channel.
All right.
So why would you want to be on there?
Exactly. Just answers your question.
I can talk to those people.
Oh, easy.
Oh, what do you mean those people? Like they're
like women and gays.
What's wrong with those?
Yeah,
people?
Well,
I didn't say there was anything wrong.
No, but you said those.
Those.
Like
we all
they
know
were
what
beneath
those
you.
I didn't
means.
say it like that.
Yes, you did. You go, what's wrong with those? Those people.
I didn't even say what's wrong, so I know I'm.
He said I can talk to those people. Like, I can lower myself to talk to that scum.
Like I can relate to them, even though they're women and gays.
Yeah, I can lower myself.
They have a different perspective than me, obviously.
Sure, they look right into the navel of a man.
You're basically saying they're easy to relate to because they're stupid.
No, I'm saying I can relate to them.
That's what those.
We have
means.
a lot of similar interests. That's all.
Of course we do.
Oh, do you?
That's right. I mean, you do.
Talk about sex box and the slap.
So what happened with this Rey Mysterio guy? He basically killed someone in the ring.
Yes, and then they wrestled for 11 more minutes around a dead body. We're talking about people being in the moment.
There's a lot of mystery.
Well, wouldn't they wonder why a guy was hanging by his neck on the rope for a fucking 2 minutes?
Yeah, I mean, that would be a question that came up, sure.
Fucking idiots.
Who was it? El Hijo?
It was El Hijo.
El Hijo.
It was Perro Aguayo Jr. El Hijo means the son of.
The son of.
So it's the son of Perro. No, Del is of.
Del of the.
What?
I took 6 years of Spanish. Del is of the.
I mean, yeah, but not in. I mean, maybe literally, but not here because you wouldn't say the son of the Perro Aguayo.
I know. That's why I can't speak the fucking language. I tried though. 6 years. Holy fuck.
Context isn't taught.
No.
That's a problem in the teaching system, not you.
Well, and they taught us the wrong way. You got to learn the dirty Spanish.
Exactly.
That's what I learned over the years. They laughed at me. They said, "Oh, they taught you the stupid Spanish that no one speaks." The proper Spanish that most people blew off a long time ago.
Right.
Anyway, go ahead.
So Perro Aguayo Jr., he took a drop kick to the head. Pretty typical drop kick. And then he hit the rope.
Was it his head? I thought it hit his back.
It looked like it.
I think, no, he got hit in the head. Like, I think 1 foot hit him in the back, 1 foot hit him in the head, but not like it wasn't a bad drop kick.
Right.
And then he hit his head on the rope, they're saying.
Right.
And sometime between the drop kick and the hitting the rope, some hit knocked him out cold. And he did not wake up. They don't know if it was like a brain hemorrhage or what it was, but
I heard he broke his spine.
Yeah, his spine.
First thing, I don't know.
Maybe up the neck.
I heard he broke his spine there,
Yeah,
Sam.
I talked to him after.
How old was the wrestler about?
I don't know what his age was.
In his 30s, I think.
He wasn't old.
35.
Okay.
I think he was 35.
Injured mid-match after a scripted stunt went horribly wrong, and the tag team match continued with his limp body hanging from the ring ropes. And there's video of this online, huh?
Yeah.
Let's watch it.
Wow.
That was a quick decision, Jim.
Well, yeah, I've seen it, but we should watch it. And I still couldn't find where he actually...
Yeah, that's why people are saying...
Maybe when he hit the rope by the neck and his arms just dangled limply. I figured that was all she wrote by that point, you know?
Right. Well, yeah, because they're setting up for the move, you know, but he's supposed to be hanging over the ropes. That's the setup.
Not by his neck.
Yeah, by his neck. That's the setup.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Oh.
And so that's why when he's swinging around, like he's supposed to have his head and arms perched over the rope by his neck. Like that's how you're supposed to land. And then he sets up, he swings around, kicks him in the face, and he springs off the ropes.
Oh,
so when he was like dangling there, at first he was doing what, like that's the position he's supposed to be in. But then they realized he was unconscious.
Oh, that makes sense.
Not the position.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. So he is supposed to be dangling there.
Oh.
This guy, James in Dallas, hold on, because it'll be info that we could check out for ourselves when we watch the video. Go ahead, James in Dallas.
Okay, hey, so when you watch the video, I was reading an article and they said that he died from a skull fracture. I guess it was from maybe the drop kick.
Oh.
Because when you watch the video, if you look when he rolls out in the ring, the guy's bleeding from his eyeballs.
Holy
shit! And they said
shit.
that's indicative of a skull fracture.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what people. I mean,
a lot of people saying head injuries, Sam.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
I heard spine or something.
But you don't get knocked unconscious if you break your spine.
I think
Maybe
I heard,
if it's your back, you do.
I think I heard it from Jim Norton.
Yeah, but I read that. It was a spinal problem.
See,
maybe the spine, where the spine joins the neck, maybe that was where it happened.
Did you watch the whole match, Sam? Did it get hit earlier? Maybe?
I didn't watch the whole match.
You didn't?
Mm-mm. But I mean, he's moving around like.
Let's
great,
watch
like
it
it's
for
fine.
ourselves. James, thank you. In Dallas there, go ahead.
So he's rolling.
Which guy?
So it's this guy in the black T-shirt. That's Rey Mysterio who just head scissored him.
Could
But
you
the
make
guy
that
who just,
bigger?
Which guy?
Yeah,
on the
sorry.
right or the left in this shot
The
here?
guy in the black T-shirt who just did a forward roll.
So he's doing good so far.
He's doing great.
Okay.
And that's Rey Mysterio who's doing a head scissor. There he goes. That's him. Rey Mysterio head scissor. Knocks him through the ropes.
He's out of the ring. He's doing
Down,
good.
Back in real quick.
Do the commentary,
There it is.
Sam.
That's the drop kick. He hits the ropes. Now he's out. He's in the position he's supposed to be in. Because he's setting up for the 619. He walks around, 619, spins around, and that's when he's supposed to get launched off the rope. But
His head wasn't up for the kick.
Right.
His head was supposed to be up for a kick. The guy grabs the ring and ropes and swings through them.
Wow.
And his head is supposed to be up to take a kick.
Right. So Rey Mysterio is supposed to swing around. I mean, he's supposed to put his head up and fall back. He's not actually supposed to get kicked in the head, but he's staying down. So Rey Mysterio swings around. And he's like, why would you not sell that? And then he realizes that there's something wrong.
Holy
Because at first it just looks like a no-sell because you can't, he's in the right position.
Stop using wrestler terminology. We don't know what no sell is.
It's a not sell.
Oh.
Like if you
C-E-L-L?
Are you
no,
Like when the FBI's investigating, they find no cell? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know the shop
No
talk.
jail?
Are you a dick if you do a no sell?
Yeah.
And people get pissed off, like, what the fuck's wrong with you? Why
It's
are
bad
you
for
doing a no
business.
sell?
Yeah, it's
You
terrible.
didn't do a sell.
Why would you do a no sell if everything was going normally?
With the
Because you finally had it with the company or this asshole in the
Or you
ring?
make a mistake.
Generally, you've had it with the asshole in the ring.
Generally, right?
There's
so
a
you
classic-
decide, I'm going to go no sell.
There's a classic, it's a grainy videotape of this guy, Bruiser Brody, wrestling Lex Luger in a cage.
Yeah.
And they get in the cage, and Lex Luger starts hitting Bruiser Brody, and he starts no-selling. And he just stands there looking at him. And Lex keeps hitting him, and Bruiser's just looking at him. Like, what are you doing? And Lex, like, panics. And he just runs to the side of the cage, climbs over it, and runs back to the locker room. He's like, this motherfucker's going to kill me in here. He's not selling anything, and he's going to kill me.
That's awesome.
Was he going to kill him?
Yep.
Why?
Because he was, they obviously had some kind of problem.
Bruiser Brody's the one who got killed over in Mexico after
yeah.
a match by like some
Promoter.
like the promoter.
What happened?
He got stabbed,
He got stabbed by the promoter after
and
a match,
he bled out.
Why did he get stabbed?
and nobody ever got arrested for it or anything.
Nobody.
Wow.
Do they know why he got, like, was it over money? Obviously.
Probably
think, yeah,
something
over
over
money.
some shady wrestling league that he was in. He was a huge star too in the WWF
What year did he die?
at the time.
Bruiser? It was
Like 90s, right?
No, I think it was the late 80s.
Okay.
I think
Really?
so. It was like right before, yeah, he would have been like a huge household name, but it was like right before that. But he was like, every territory used him. He was a giant star.
I remember him.
That's why your cat is named after him.
That's right.
People think he got the injury from hitting his head on the floor right before he got hit. Took a head injury. Now they're saying he died from a snapped vertebrae. So
it looks like Jim Norton might know a little more of the old wrestling 411 than Sammy R.
Yeah.
So the guy doesn't sell this fucking thing. So now they're like, holy shit, what's wrong with this guy?
Right.
Because we all agreed this is how it was going to go down. And
I think this
that
is Ray's first match out of WWE, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, that's going to
Nice. Off
fuck up
to a-
everything for him.
Kid me, who's not going to pay to see this guy? I'd love to watch a guy who just killed someone in the ring. How does he handle it?
And he's booked for an interview in San Jose this Thursday.
Why should nobody ask? I don't want to talk
Nobody's
about
gonna
that.
address it.
All right, let's keep playing this. So now what do they do?
So now Ray's like, why would
Which
you
one's Ray?
Ray's the guy in the 619 pants.
Yes, the one
right
who's
here.
not dead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there's the other. Who's the other guy then with the skulls?
Spider-Man outfit, no?
He used to be known as Suicide. I forget what his name is.
Whoa!
I know, it's pretty crazy.
Fuck yeah.
He's got a new name now.
They stopped calling him Suicide.
Yeah, it's called Reason to Live. Is the new guy.
They don't want to call him Suicide on TV.
But he's right next to the wrestler trying to figure out what the fuck's wrong with this guy.
Right.
And he's noticing he's unconscious at this
Is
point.
that a no sell too? What the other guy, Suicide's doing?
No,
being next to the guy.
I mean, I don't know who was on whose team because I didn't see the beginning of the match, but I assumed at first that Suicide was like holding him at the rope as part of the thing. Like maybe he was Ray's partner. I don't know.
All right, let's see.
But I do know that while Perro Aguayo Jr. is there not breathing, he's also not selling.
All right, let's play this.
Okay, so the Rays just walked away. The guy's still slumped over. Now the guy with the mask
realizes something
something's wrong. The guy is now hanging off the bottom rope. And is that Ray trying to help him?
Yeah, Ray's like...
He calls the ref over.
And they're looking at him. And they realize he's probably dead, so they figure, let's finish the match. And the other guy gets back in the ring.
They don't realize he's probably
The guy's laying
dead.
on his face, and now they're like, all right, let's wrestle while they help revive him.
Well, they got to finish.
No, they don't.
They probably didn't think he was dead.
They're wrestling over the man's body.
They probably thought he was out cold.
He's doing the spin around move again.
That's the 619 he was going for.
Wow, there's blood coming from his eyes. You're right. That caller was right.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah,
from his actual eyes, it looks like.
And they're shaking him. Get up. It's always good for a broken neck to be shaken roughly. And they finished the match quickly, I guess. They wrapped it up as they realized that the fourth guy's dead.
You're looking at a dead guy
That's
right
good.
there.
The guy's shaking his head roughly.
And you see the blood coming out of his eyeball. That's...
This guy couldn't make a broken neck worse.
No
You
kidding.
literally couldn't do worse things for a broken neck than this.
Yeah, you're
fucking
really not supposed to
guy
be
who looks
shaking
like
the
Bob Kelly.
person.
Wow.
That's Conan.
He's shaking the guy, trying to wake him up.
Yeah, hey, man, wake up. You're
Don't
not-
get anything from him.
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Checking for a pulse as he's on a stretcher.
Right. Is this a little later on, or...?
No,
Yeah.
this is...
Right away?
He is the most non-medical people. If I didn't see a blue glove in there, I think he's being attacked. That is not really good-looking medical personnel. What do they put in his mouth? A tube?
He looks like he's biting down on that. Is he still alive at this point?
I don't know.
It looks like he's still alive at this
Rey
at this
Now these
juncture.
Two wrestlers are just talking.
Rey Mysterio's worried.
Yeah. This Azteca thing in the middle is really distracting and annoying.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
That
Oh,
was-
yeah, you can see the blood there. Oh,
Well, maybe it's just a cut on his nose.
Rey Mysterio's like, holy fuck, is he going to be all right? Is he going to be all right?
because when he fell out of the ring, but then he got back in the ring and stood up, and he was quick, and he took the drop kick and went into
Right.
the rope. So
now they got him. They're wheeling him out of the arena.
Can you go back to when he falls out of the ring? I just want to see if he falls on his back or his head.
Wow.
Knocks him
takes the head
out of the
scissor,
ring.
out of the
No.
ring.
Nope, right
And
after
he's
his
right back
legs.
in.
He's right back in.
Jumps
after
back up, stands up,
a
turns
little
around,
slow, boom, drop
takes
kick.
a kick. His neck probably just broke.
Yeah.
But there was nothing that happened there.
His neck might have broke on the kick and then the rope. He's just dead.
I know, but the kick didn't look that bad.
I broke a guy's neck like that once.
Oh, I see. It was supposed to see the guy next to him. It was supposed to be a double 619. They were supposed to both get kicked. So you're right, Jim. They both no-sold.
No sell.
Yeah, they should be fired for that.
Maybe he had an injury already that no one knew about, or maybe he didn't even know about.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way,
Because
the
it didn't look like a bad hit.
the guy's name is Manic now.
Can you work in some more shop talk?
You like it?
Yeah, no, we love that when, no
Well,
one
Jim
knows what the hell you're
understands it.
talking
You
about.
understand it, right? You
No,
know
you
all
love
the
that,
rest.
when you're in a restaurant, you ask or something. No, we 86 that last week. What the fuck is that? I don't know what that is.
To 86 something?
All right. Mike in Jersey again here. Let's go to Mikey. Mike.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
I was when I saw this video, I kind of got the feeling that the head scissors before he fell out of the ring is really what might have snapped his neck.
Then why would he have jumped back in? It's hard to jump back in with a snapped neck.
He did. He was. When you watch him jump back in the ring, he was actually pretty slow getting to his feet.
Really?
Yeah, and a lot of times, Jim, wrestlers are kind of on automatic, and when they have all that adrenaline, even if you have a really major injury like that, if your limbs still move, they might not really realize how hurt they really are.
Stone Cold won the Intercontinental title with a broken neck.
Did he really?
So maybe the guy's neck was busted, but he was going to be all right. And then the manager was shaking his body and moving his head around, trying to get him to respond.
Nah, I think by the time he was shaking him, he was out.
Yeah, right. And that kick did it.
But maybe that was the final thing as far as causing his death. Maybe he would have been all right at that point. I don't know.
Didn't look like it.
Yeah. I don't think he was in